The Shroud of Turin is one of the most mysterious and debated religious relics in history, a piece of cloth believed by many to be the burial cloth of Jesus Christ, bearing an image of a man who's been brutally beaten and crucified. For millions of Christians around the world, the shroud is a powerful symbol of their faith, a tangible connection to the life and death of Jesus. But is it really what it's claimed to be? That's the question we'll be exploring in this video. Is the Shroud of Turin real, and what evidence exists for or against its authenticity? This is a question that has captivated scholars, scientists, and the general public for centuries. On one hand, we have believers who are convinced that the shroud is the real deal, pointing to its intricate details and the sheer improbability of it being a medieval forgery. On the other hand, we have skeptics who argue that the shroud is nothing more than a clever hoax, created to deceive and manipulate. So, what's the truth? One of the most significant challenges to the shroud's authenticity is the lack of concrete evidence. Despite extensive research, we still don't know for certain who created the image on the cloth, or how it was made. Some claim it's a miraculous impression created by Jesus himself, while others propose more mundane explanations, such as a medieval artist using advanced techniques to create a realistic image. But despite these unknowns, there are some fascinating clues that suggest the shroud may be more than just a simple relic. From the peculiar weave of the fabric to the enigmatic stains and markings, the shroud seems to defy easy explanation. And then, of course, there's the iconic image itself, the haunting, otherworldly visage that seems to convey a deep sense of sorrow and suffering. It's little wonder that the shroud has captivated so many people for so long. It's a mystery that seems to touch something deep within us. In the next section, we'll be exploring the various scientific tests that have been conducted on the shroud, including the infamous carbon dating controversy that sparked a firestorm of debate in the 1980s. We'll hear from experts on both sides of the issue, and examine the evidence that has led some to conclude that the shroud is a genuine relic of the 1st century, while others remain convinced that it's a clever forgery. In the 1980s, a team of scientists led by the University of Arizona conducted a series of radiocarbon tests on the shroud, concluding that the cloth dated back to the Middle Ages. But this finding has been hotly contested by many experts, who argue that the sample tested was contaminated, or that the shroud's unique chemistry makes it difficult to accurately date. We'll dive deeper into the details of these tests, and explore the rival theories that attempt to explain the shroud's remarkable properties. One of the most fascinating aspects of the shroud is its apparent resistance to decay. Despite being over 2,000 years old, the cloth shows remarkably little signs of degradation, with its colors and textures remaining vibrantly intact. This has led some scientists to propose that the shroud may have been treated with a mysterious substance or process that has helped to preserve it over the 9 centuries. But others argue that this is simply a result of the shroud's unique storage conditions, and that we should be wary of reading too much into its remarkable state of preservation. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of the shroud, it's clear that there's still so much we don't know. But one thing is certain, the shroud is a fascinating and enigmatic artifact that continues to captivate and intrigue us. Whether you're a believer, a skeptic, or simply someone who's curious about the mysteries of the past, the Shroud of Turin is a puzzle that's sure to fascinate and inspire. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence that has swung many people's opinions about the shroud's authenticity is the presence of pollen from plants that are native to the Middle East. This has led some experts to conclude that the shroud must have originated in the same region where Jesus lived and died, a powerful piece of circumstantial evidence that's hard to ignore. But others argue that this finding is far from conclusive, and that there are many other explanations for the presence of these pollen grains. So what does it all mean? Is the Shroud of Turin a genuine relic of the 1st century, or is it a clever medieval forgery? Ultimately, the answer to this question is up to each individual to decide for themselves. But one thing is certain, the shroud is a powerful symbol of the human quest for meaning and connection, a reminder that even the most seemingly insurmountable mysteries can inspire us to dig deeper, to seek out the truth, and to wonder. In conclusion, the Shroud of Turin is a fascinating and enigmatic artifact that continues to captivate and intrigue us. Whether you're a believer, a skeptic, or simply someone who's curious about the mysteries of the past, this ancient cloth is a reminder that there's still so much we don't know, and that sometimes, the most powerful mysteries are the ones that inspire us to keep seeking, to keep wondering, and to keep believing.